I recently come across this area in the Blue Mountains which is called Dr. Dark's Cave. So I've never heard of it before, so I wanted to hike in there and really find out why it was called Dr. Dark's Cave. So after looking up on the internet, I found out his name was Eric Peyton Dark. He was born on the 23rd of June 1889. He was the youngest child of Reverend Joseph Dark. He ended up becoming a medical practitioner, a social and political activist, and writer. At the age of 11, he had medical problems due to asthma, so he stayed on his father's property for 2 years at Mittagong, and during this time, this initiated his love of the outdoors. In 1910, he enrolled in medicine at the University of Sydney. As well as study during this time at university, he pursued interest in boxing, rowing, bushwalking and rifle shooting. He founded and became captain coach of the Sydney University rifle team. Eric Dark married his first wife Kathleen on the 25th of January 1918. They both met while working at the Royal Prince Alfred Hospital. By March that year, he had to go and rejoin the war effort, as he had signed up as a doctor in the First World War and spent the remainder of the war in Macedonia. He returned to Australia in July 1919. By the end of the year, he and Kathleen had moved to Bungendore, where he established himself in general practice. On the 26th of July 1920, a son, John Oliver, was born, but within weeks Kathleen's condition deteriorated, and on the 8th of September 1920 she died of septic peritonitis at St Vincent's Private Hospital, Sydney. 2 years later, Eric married Eleanor O'Reilly, the daughter of good friend and politician Dowell O'Reilly. The couple then moved to Katoomba and bought Varuna, not far from Katoomba Falls, and Eric soon purchased a medical practice in Katoomba. In 1930, with a group of friends, they established what was possibly the first organised rock climbing club in Australia, the Blue Mountaineers. In 1937, while bushwalking near Katoomba, they found a cave that we now know as Dr. Dark's Cave. They fitted it out as a private retreat, and they did spend various amounts of time there, from a few days up to a week or two. In May 1942, at 53 years old, Dark enlisted in the Volunteer Defence Corps. He spent 3 years as a sergeant in the VDC, training men in the skills of bushcraft and exploring the Blue Mountains for suitable guerrilla bases in the event of a Japanese invasion. There is a lot of information about his political views online, but to keep this talk short as possible, I'm not going to talk about any of it here. In 1957, Dark was offered the position of School Medical Officer in the Blue Mountains by the New South Wales State Health Department, and the family returned permanently to Katoomba after living a few years in Montville, north of Brisbane. Dark enjoyed his job immensely. It was a kind of social medicine he'd always thought important. He remained in this position for another 17 years until a new government regulation prevented doctors being employed beyond the age of 70. Dark was 85 and he reluctantly retired. In 1981, at the age of 92, he was made the first honorary life member of the Doctors Reform Society, and his book Medicine and the Social Order was put on the reading list for courses offered by the University of Sydney's Faculty of Medicine. His pioneering achievements in bushwalking and rock climbing were also recognised at this time by the award of a life membership of the Sydney Rock Climbers Club. In September 1985, Eric Dark's wife Eleanor passed away. It had a profound effect on him, and he died 2 years later on the 28th of July 1987 at the age of 98. So that's just a brief history about the man Eric Dark and why the cave is named after him. So if you guys want to know anything more about Dr. Dark, please look him up online, and hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of this video. So we're hiking along the trail towards Dr. Dark's Cave and going to find out what it's all about. If you want to come up here yourself, you drive up to Lura in the Blue Mountains, go along Mount Hay Road and stop at the Fortress Ridge car park. If you do come along to
Dr. Dark's cave. That trail takes you to Fortress Ridge, and you've got to go left here to go to Dr. Dark's cave. Come to this offshoot trail here. I'm pretty sure this will take us down to Dr. Dark's cave, so let's go. I'm not sure if there's any signs around here, or I think the track kind of is pretty clear in some areas, and other areas you can kind of lose it. So back in 1930s when Dr. Dark and his wife were coming down here, must have been one hell of a bush bash to get down here and find it. He must have loved hiking and bush climbing a lot like the information says he did. We're getting near the bottom, not quite there. We've probably still got a little bit to go by looking at a few videos of what other people have filmed on their way down. Nice little rock wall here. We're starting to get down to where we're going to be out of the sun, so it's going to be, you can feel a nice cool breeze. We're going to be cooler down here. Got a little bit steep and a little bit hairy there for a bit. Some of the track is washed away, and just got to watch your footing. And this part of the trail is a little bit of a tricky one. Like everywhere, just watch your footing. I'm going to stop filming because I need both my hands to get down here. I'm just going to follow the creek for a while. It's really cool down here. Nice little overhangs. Like, you do lose the trail here and there, but I know pretty much where I've got to go. And there's the trail just there. So you go inside the creek and then you come out of the creek. So it's a pretty cool track, this one. And not many people know about it because it's not signed at all. There are some big gum trees that are down here, but none of them anywhere near as big as the ones down at Katoomba Valley. This nice rock ledge here. Nice and cool down here. Alright, this is the gap between the big rocks that I've seen on other videos that just shows if you're too fat or not to get through. I'm going to have to climb down to the bottom. You see on the other side there is part of the Dr. Dark cave. Anyway, it's time to get through these two rocks and keep climbing around. Okay, we're not far from Dr. Dark's cave, and the actual, because it's been raining, the actual creek here is flowing pretty well, and there's actually you can hear water coming off the edge over there. If you wanted to bush bash it, you could probably be right at the top of the waterfall, but no, I've been on the top of plenty of waterfalls, and no, it's not for me. You can see here how all the different types of rocks cooled at different temperatures, so that's why you got little squiggly lines and everything through the rock face here. It's a massive big rock overhang over here. And it goes all the way around. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to the cave. Well, they call it a cave, but it's more like a big, massive rocky overhang. So in 1930s, Dr. Dark found this. Okay, this looks like it's Dr. Dark's cave. I'd spend a lot of time down here too. I get away from people. Alright, what do we got here? An old plate, some old shoes, tin cans, probably would have been maybe fruit salad or something, or maybe beans, baked beans. Another plate. Yeah, pretty old. At least people have left them here. And some more shoes. I wonder if there's any thongs. People have been really grubby and leaving dirty underwear and stuff here. You can never stop that. Well, years ago there was a backgammon set, and it had a notepad in it. Here it is. It's been put down here. So some cardboard in here. There's like a notepad in here. It might be another, like a book, an old book to sign. 2016, the book's there. I think there's a book in here as well. An old Billy, old style Billy. That rock's been polished. So this is where I used to cook. I'm not sure if this is his old pot, probably could have been. It's an old one, an old style. And that is obviously someone's left it here. And inside the backgammon there's the book to sign your name and what date you're here, so we'll do that here now while we're here and look around more. There is a bit more info about Dr. Dark here, if you want to read about him while you're here, just so you know why all this stuff here and a little bit about his life. Well, a bit more than what I've told you guys. One of Dr. Dark's pair of shoes. I wonder if he hiked in thongs. Go closer to that little waterfall up here and we'll go and check it out. To get to the other side here, trying to get a refreshing shower, natural shower that is. Flies everywhere here. But we're going to go up this way and check out the rock wall up here. You can get a nice little view of the canyon up here. So while my wife is down on the other side, I'm going to go down here. It's a bit hairy, I'm not going to go to where it's too dangerous, but so I'm going to take a video of the waterfall and the canyon. It's the Grace Valley. Watch your step around here, because there's a big nasty drop. Look at that. Alright, let's go a little bit further. It's not too bad here. If you stay right away from the edge, I don't want to slip and fall in. Alright, this is as far as I'm going. See that waterfall down there. Going to push it a little bit further. It's still quite safe. See if I can get another angle on the waterfalls, but I can't. It's pretty hard here, but I can probably get an angle on the waterfall from here. I think some people keep going up there, but I haven't got that extreme gene. But as you can see, what a fantastic area this is. So if you've got time to come out to the Dr. Dark's cave trail, it's really not hard to find. It's not too hard getting down and getting back up. It's a little bit tricky, but just got to watch your footing and take your time. Well, we've enjoyed our time at Dr. Dark's cave, and it's not really hard to get down here. It's a very, very nice place to be, and really there was that many cars at the car park. I was expecting people to be here, but there was no one. So if you ever want to come down here, hopefully you can take some tips that I gave you on hiking in here, or just look up on some YouTube videos, or send me a text message via Facebook Messenger, and I can give you a few hints on where to go. Anyway, until next time, and thanks for watching. Always hiking thongs.